Everyone enjoys getting out on town for some live music. And there's nothing like going backstage and down the hall for a VIP pass to the inside information and interviews with the bands, singers, and songwriters that you enjoy. Welcome to Hall Around Town Radio's Backstage Hall Pass, a showcase of homegrown talent, mixing independent music with personal interviews and a behind-the-scenes look at our music community. Backstage Hall Pass is your front row center seat to some great conversation with the area's most talented artists. Whether you like rock, blues, folk, country, or R&B, Backstage Hall Pass delivers you a daily dose of the stories behind the music. And now, here's the host of our show, Scott Hall.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the program. Welcome to Backstage Hall Pass on a Monday. It is our weekend update coming your way today for September 13th, 2021. How's everybody today? Make some comments. Let us know you're out there, if you will. Steve Downey checking in. Thank you for being a faithful viewer, Steve Downey. We appreciate you very much. Greetings to you as well. And Dave Worthington, all y'all are doing well today. Hopefully everybody's doing well out there. Jeff Morris, thank you. Greetings to you as well. If you're out there, guys, make a little comment. Let us know you're in the house on a Monday. Hopefully we're getting pushed out to people. And they're going to get to hear something. What's up, Steve? Thank you for dropping in today from Timestamp. Good to see you in the house as well. Welcome, guys. It is a Monday. We've got a lot to talk about. We are going back in time today, taking you back to our weekend in review and talking about all the music we got to see this weekend, and had a great weekend of music, and hopefully you did too. If you haven't posted it on our page yet, please do. We'd love to hear from you. Let's see, like some of these folks did today. Let me check some of these comments out and see who's checking in with us on the live broadcast. Let me make sure they're all turned on. There we go. Yeah, we had some folks check in. Miss Wendy Church checked in, since she saw Brian Scott Thursday at Bargo's filling in last minute, and the intern she got to see on Friday, and Timestamp on Saturday. I get to see her there Saturday when I checked out Timestamp. We'll be talking about them in just a little bit. And I thought the same thing, Dave Worthington. Things aren't looking high definition. Something's happening. It's in high definition, but something's going on. It's just the way we are. Yeah. Let me get through these and I'll cancel the phone. Maybe I'll quit sucking up some bandwidth. But yes, Timestamp saw me at Heather's. They wrote on their page. Thank you for that, Timestamp. Let's see. Jeff Morris got to see the Belairs in Fairfield. I love the Belairs. Thank you, Dave Worthington. Said it's better now. It's a little glitchy, I think, today. Hollywood got to see ZZ Top at PNC Pavilion. Catherine Greer said Blue September played Toadstock, as well as Powerglide, Gary Jeffries, and so on. Hardwired, Kelly got to see with special guest drummer Mike Meehan at the Bluebell Beach. Thank you for that, Kelly, for writing in today as we get through these, and then we'll get to our weekend as well. Hi, Glenn, checking in on our YouTube channel. Glenn is our faithful YouTube follower on the live there. He doesn't do the Book of Face, but he does the YouTube. Hello, Julie. It was great to see you over the weekend. Happy Monday to you. Let's see what else I've got here. Joellen Whetstone said she saw a one-man electrical band at St. Clement's Festival on Saturday afternoon. Bob Horton with Mixtape at Gano on Saturday night. And Rooster Ridge Sunday at Nisbet Park, along with Megan Wren at the Wicked Pickle. So she saw a bunch of music over the weekend. She's a great supporter of live local music. And I'll get to our weekend in a minute and talk about this young lady that just popped up on the screen here, Miss Karis. We're going to talk about the Bell and the Bear Thursday night first anniversary party here in just a minute. So stick around with us, Karis. Also, Karis and I will be live on Thursday with our show, Who's Playing Out? Make sure you tune in Thursday. We'll be live from the Bell and the Bear at 5 o'clock. And that'll be some good stuff for sure. So join me and the beautiful Karis. She'll make me look a lot better. She will. And yes, Dewey wants to hear what I thought of Billy. Well, I'm going to give you the Billy Joel update in just a minute. Hi, Jerry Nimersheim. Good to see you over the weekend. A lot of people wrote into the show. I don't have time to read all of them, but certainly Mary Reister saw Hairborn and Fairborn, which was their music festival up there in Fairborn. Christina Sue checked out H&R Rock at the Pirates Den. She said a must-see band. Mammoth at with Wolfgang Van Halen at Bogart's. Dirk Turner got to check out. So yeah, a lot of people there seeing stuff. Go to our page and check out the post on that. And if you haven't posted to that, make sure you write it down. Andy said he got to see the Claberheads at Oktoberfest. We're going to talk about them also here as we roll on through our Monday. Thank you, Karis. Well, you're purtier. You're purtier. The term is purty, P-U-R-T-Y, but you're purtier. Good to see you. And what's Glenn got to say? Sister Sarah played the dinner in LeBlanc. It was that dinner in Blanc. I'm sorry, LeBlanc, not Le Blanc, but in Blanc. That was the big white party down there on the streets. That was really cool, Mr. Glenn. That looked really like fun. All right, so go to our page if you want to see all those posts and everybody who saw people play. But I'm going to get to what we get dates on that. And it's slow getting started here, guys. The numbers today, it's again, I'm having all these people send me messages saying we used to get notified that you go when you go live. We don't anymore. Blah blah blah. I don't know. I have no idea what goes on in the minds of the Book of Face world, guys. So if you don't get notified, come on at 5. Remember, it's on at 5, and just check out the page at that point. And I know it's a lot harder to go look for it instead of just clicking on it when it pops up. But it's just the way it is. Hi, Paul Likovitz. Thank you for dropping by. And Jimmy Kilroy on the way back from Cleveland. Saw lots of bands up there. We want a full report, Jim. Write it on the page, if you will. David Thornton in the house. How are you, my friend? Good to see you here. So our weekend update always starts after our Thursday live show. And that is always the Bell and the Bear. If I get an opportunity to be at the Bell and the Bear, we go there. Is the best magical place for music, and love the Bell and the Bear every Thursday with the jam night, as it's called. And kind of had to stop calling it open jam because there's so many people that come in and play. You just can't get to all of them, so they can't necessarily name it that anymore. So we're just calling it the Bell and the Bear jam session. And hopefully if you get there and you don't get in one week, you can get in the next and get up and play. Hey, Del McFarland from DV8. Good to have you with us. Hell of a singer Del is. He is. He's got pipes, man. He and Melissa will wow you if you've never seen DV8. That's a must-see as well. So as we roll through, last Thursday was the Bell and the Bears' first anniversary of the jam session. And was started way back when Mr. Jim Cuesta, Mr. Dave Moody, and Dave's on tour right now. He wasn't able to be there. He's on tour with Hairball, and that's another show that's just fantastic. We got a chance to see this summer, and I'd see it time and time again. There's just so much talent in that band. But Bell and the Bears' first anniversary. All right, so I've got to give big props. First of all, we always we always give a shout out to the house band folks, but I want to give special props here because the host of this Bell and the Bear Jam, Kathy Laverde, who has a very tough job of checking people in and getting them on the list and fitting them in with the list where they should play, because they try to keep the ball kind of rolling there and not get slow and just get it cranking. And thank you for that comment, Jerry Nimersheim. You can tell I've got a little bit of an Oktoberfest voice going here. But there we go. Best damn jam in the land at the Bell and the Bear. You got that right. Absolutely. Courtney Joe throwing a little shameless plug there. We'll take that one. You guys can read that one. Thank you for that, Courtney Johar. I want to talk about, though, the host. Kathy, like I said, she's got the smile on her face. She's the first person you meet if you sign up to sing or dance or do whatever you want to do there. And it's really cool because she is a great ambassador for the Bell and the Bear. And then we have Kevin Cooper, who the guy, a lot of times a lot of people underrate his talent. Kevin Cooper can play and sing anything. He is an extremely talented individual. And hi, Ed. How are you? I was just getting ready to mention you here. We will in a minute. I want to make sure I give a shout out to this whole group of folks who helped put that on. Kevin Cooper, Jim Cuesta, the man I call the music professor, amazing. If you ever have a chance to have a conversation with Jim, you realize just how out of your league you are in brain power. Jim Cuesta is an amazing musician, but not only that, but just a genius. He really is. And Jamie Combs, who is another one who can play anything and goes across all genres of music. And Jamie playing guitar, sometimes filling in on drums. Jamie is a drummer by trade, but certainly is an incredible guitarist as well. And yeah, David Thornton, you've got to come check it out on Thursday, man. It will humble you. I will tell you that with the music talent that's there, everybody that's there is so nice. It's just a wonderful place. Karis, I've got to give her a huge props. She owns the place, runs the place, and runs it like a well-oiled machine. And she's one of the nicest people I know, and also one of the baddest ass people I know from the point of not taking any crap. She does it well. And normally Danny Laverde would be on the drums. He's on tour with Jeff Tate from Queensryche. You can catch him Friday at the Blue Note in Harrison if you want to catch that show. But Queensryche, certainly a wonderful band, and Jeff Tate, Danny's playing with his band, so that's a good time. Karis, love you, and you are one of those wonderful people who are one of a kind. I've said it many times. You have saved a whole lot of us through the COVID. And somebody brave enough and, well, I guess we can say ballsy enough to open a venue and work through the COVID and come out on the other side of it like you did so far. I think we're on the other side of it, maybe. Certainly, you just do wonderful things. So a big shout out to Karis and the Bell and the Bear staff, some of the greatest people as well you will ever meet. David Parks has been filling in on drums. He's an unbelievable drummer from Nashville. And he's been filling in on drums in place of Danny. And then there's a host of other drummers. I won't mention everybody, but it's a wonderful place. Chris and Kenny, you do need to check it out. And I and at a table, Scott said to come here, please buy a drink at least. Don't drink water all night. Inside joke. Karis knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, don't take up a space and then and use my name if you're not going to buy a drink at least. One won't hurt you. And Steve says Ashalees Bloody Marys. Yes. Amazing. So some players that night on the first anniversary, besides all those great folks I just mentioned who in their own right are fantastic. And also they get songs thrown at them at night that they've never played together before, and they come out of the other end of that song like they've played it for 35 years together. It's an amazing house band. It really is. Johnny Fink was there. He's another one who's just bluesy, but yet just talented thing as well. He Fink's always fun to see play. And hey, Jeremiah, good to see you. Thank you for being with us today. Who I call Chris Reese from the Dat Band was there, along with Byron Walton from the Dat Band. And both of those guys, anytime they get up on the stage, the tempo and the energy level goes up. And they play some fantastic music. Byron singing backup and playing trumpet, and Chris singing lead just amazingly. TJ Wethington, who is there a lot, he does a great job and pumps up the crowd as well. We had Brad Lark there that night, Brandon Chenault, Karen Sue. Want to mention for sure Chelsea Calloway, who I rave about all the time. Chelsea Calloway is a force, and she got probably the best endorsement you could ever get that night when she got on stage, when Mr. Jim Cuesta said that he plays with some wonderful people, and he does, with Melissa Singer-Reed and Ann Coleman, both of them, who are going to be doing an event there at the Bell and the Bear. Check out the Bell and the Bears page for the event in October, the ladies event that you want to see, and check it out. I'll let you go look at the page and see the lineup there, but it's amazing. But Jim said he plays with these incredible ladies, and he said Chelsea is the up-and-comer who's going to probably surpass them. And when you get an endorsement like that from Jim Cuesta, he doesn't give them often, let me tell you. He gave that one to her. That says a whole lot for Chelsea Calloway and her caliber of talent. And she blows me away every time she sings. I love that girl. I love her talent. And I hope she keeps coming to Bell and the Bear on Thursday and helping rock the place out, because she's a force. Karen Sue was there also singing, and our friend Ed Sawicki, who was taking photos. And if you haven't seen his photos, check those out. They're floating around out there on the interwebs. Edward Sawicki is his page, and he's in here. He just commented about Johnny Fink. And check it out, guys. And Johnny Fink winning the Cincy Blues Challenge on Sunday. Yeah, unbelievable Johnny Fink's talent. Very good, humble guy, nice guy to talk to. And Ed, thank you for your photographic ability. You took some wonderful pictures that night. The classic was Karis, and the picture of Karis, and gosh, his name's slipping me right now. He's funny as hell. But his hair was standing straight up. That was the best one of the night. I think that's your prize winning cover photo, and good stuff out of you always. So guys, check out the Bell and the Bear, not just on Thursdays, but it's a live music venue. They have things on Monday. They play bingo on Monday, and do all kinds of fun stuff. They have a Queen of Hearts drawing. Go to the Bell and the Bears page, smash that little like button if you haven't done it yet, and give them some love. All right, I got to keep moving. I got to keep rolling here. And again, if you're out there, guys, live, thank you. Those of you watching afterwards, we get a lot of people that watch after they get home from work and those kind of things. Thank you for checking in as well. Make sure you make a comment, though, and let us know who you are. And we certainly would love to see you. And Ed, thank you for that picture of Kathy and Karis and myself. That was definitely a thorn between two roses. Absolutely. Hi, Joshua. How are you? Thanks for checking in today. Good to have you with us. If you're out there, guys, make a comment. Let us know you're out there. We'd love to hear from you. Going to talk about our Friday night real quick. Great American Ballpark. We've had these tickets for a year and a half. Went to see Billy Joel. And Billy Joel. Yes, I said that. Billy Joel. Now, Billy Joel was this big from where I was sitting. He really was. Thank God for video walls. But it was a sellout crowd for the concert seating at Great American Ballpark of 36,395 people. That's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. And a huge crowd there. We were in the Fox Sports Club up top, and had a chance to have some food before and all that, and then go down to our seats and watch the show. Billy Joel canceled last year because of COVID. Obviously, all those concerts were washed. But hi, Chuck. How are you? Thank you for dropping by. Haven't seen you in ages, man. Hope you're doing all right. He was performing on a stage that was out in center field, and it was kind of facing the home plate area. And nine-person band. They played for over 2 hours, and it was an amazing show. If you like Billy Joel and you like his hits, he played them all for you basically with 24 songs. I mean, he got most of them in there. His comment was really funny. He sat down at the piano and he said, "Thank you all for waiting." And I thought that was pretty different. Had waited for a year with these tickets, and he made me laugh the entire show because, I mean, where do you see an artist of his caliber sitting in a suit and tie and all that on stage at a grand piano with a fly swatter in his hand because the lights were attracting so many bugs, and he's up there as he's talking to the crowd, swatting bugs, trying to keep from swallowing them while he was singing. Most of those songs that he did were hits. He's one of those guys who, he just plays his music and plays it well. In fact, he says, "I've got nothing new for you," was his comment when he came out. And he said, as he was sitting at the piano and again, fly swatting, but he said, "You're going to get the same old stuff, but now we know how to play it." And I thought that was pretty cute too. I mean, he was a really good host of the show on Friday night. And Bill fan there, you drop a comment. Dewey, I know you were there, and let me know what you thought of the show. Songs such as "We Didn't Start the Fire," "The Piano Man," obviously, "My Life," "You May Be Right," "Always a Woman." Let's see what else. "Uptown Girl," "Scenes from an Italian Restaurant," "Big Shot," "Still Rock and Roll to Me," "Only the Good Die Young," and "Moving Out" were just some of them. But one thing, as most of you know about me, I am very, very passionate about 9/11. And it is something that is very close to my heart and has very deep roots and meanings in my soul. And I could not go to New York this year to celebrate is not the term, to commemorate the 20th anniversary of 9/11, and I posted some pictures of mine from that event on my page if you haven't seen them yet. But Billy Joel doing a tribute to those who lost their lives on 9/11 and singing New York State of Mind helped. It did. It helped get through that, knowing what that next day was going to be and how tough it was going to be to have that next day come and go. So really a cool thing there that he did. And, he didn't have to do that, but he did and played that song. And I thought it was very touching that he would pull that off at his show. In many instances, he was asking the crowd to vote for songs. Which song do you want to play? What song? And he would pick. I think there was a little sound man helping some of it because I was looking at the set list before the show, and the set list, pretty much he played it. So he varied it a little. He jumbled some things around, but for the most part, the songs that he had people voting for, those were the songs in the set list. So I think there might have been a little sound crowd, loud noise help there just to make sure they played those tunes, or the crowd could have just picked them. But it was a good stuff. One thing he did, and there was a write up, I think in a Cincinnati newspaper about it. I totally missed this, but I saw it online that he sang a line. He from his song in 1978 Zanzibar, changing the line about Charlie Hustle, who was Pete Rose, obviously, and in the song says Rose, he knows he's such a credit to the game. To Rose, he changed it to Rose, he knows he'll never make the Hall of Fame, which he knew his audience, man. He knew Cincinnati. He talked about playing Cincinnati Gardens. I'm getting to those too, because that was an incredible part of Friday as we relive our weekend here. And I've got a few more minutes to touch on this. Certainly, he talked about Cincinnati Gardens. He said he opened for Procol Harum, which was a group back there that did Whiter Shade of Pale. They broke into that song. I wish they'd have played the whole thing. But it was a good deal, and certainly good. And then he threw in there Rolling Stones tunes, some Led Zeppelin, good stuff. He dedicated it to Charlie Watts when he did Brown Sugar. That was really cool. I thought as well. And Chris and Kenny said not a Billy Joel fan, but my deceased son-in-law was a fan. Yeah, it was a great show. And he's got some huge hits. I mean, you forget how many hits Billy Joel has. You really do. And gosh, one of his guitar players, guy's name was Mike. I don't know his last name. I should have looked it up, but Joel was on piano, and he did this performance of like an Italian opera tune. I think it's called something Dorma. Gosh, I don't know the name of it, but I'm terrible for not writing this stuff down. But the crowd loved it, and it was a highlight of the night as well. One of the highlights. So Billy Joel, like him, love him, don't like him. He made some fun of himself. He cracked a few jokes and things like that. But thank God for the video walls. We could actually see him. And but it was a beautiful night at Great American Ballpark when everybody dumped out. It was just fantastic. So it was good to get back out and see that many people at a concert. Really amazing. As we move through our weekend, then we jump to Saturday. Saturday. Took in a Pee Wee football game, by the way. My granddaughter was. So the Clabberheads at Springboro's Oktoberfest. Now that was amazing as well. That was fun. They sing all kinds of songs. I mean, you wouldn't believe. I mean, they do rock songs. They do all that, but it's in that polka, German band little deal. If you've never seen the Clabberheads, they're so much fun. They had a huge crowd for Springboro Oktoberfest. I understand they did on Friday night as well, but Saturday night it was massive. Perfect weather to be out there. Great food. And a really good variety of German beers. I will say that some of the Oktoberfest, and it's, I don't want a Miller Lite, that kind of thing. But really a good time at Springboro Oktoberfest. And the folks that put that on every year do a bang up job of putting it together. And they had wonderful weather this weekend. Understand they broke even on Wednesday night, and Saturday would have been all profit for them for the fundraiser. And I think they made a lot of money, a hell of a lot of money. And Clobberheads, there were a lot of bands that played throughout the day. There was a beard contest while we were there, hot dog eating contest, all kinds of stuff that went on. Then we jumped across the street basically to Heather's at the end of the night and caught the last little bit of Timestamp. And our friends from Timestamp were playing Heather's on the patio. And, they play a variety as well, but some good classic rock tunes thrown in there. And boy, the crowd was partying at Heather's. It was a great time. And seeing those guys, they had the fog rolling, they had the lights going, and really had a great, great time. We've got some pictures we'll post this week of all that. And that was our weekend. Took Sunday off, man. Had to take Sunday off after I do trivia Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Thursday at Bell and the Bear, and Friday night out, and Saturday night. It was time to take a day off and just relax a little bit. And Jerry was saying, yes, they were. Yes, the crowd was partying at Heather's, Jerry. And it was a good time, as it always is on the weekends on the patio down at Heather's. And don't forget, Heather's is, even though it's a summertime location, Christmas in Springboro will be coming up as well there. And that's a big night with some of your local favorite bands that are playing there Friday and Saturday. So you'll want to check out Christmas in Springboro at Heather's. Watch her page for info on that. I'm sure she'll do one of her lovely videos and make everybody know all about that. So I do want to remind you, before I wrap up here, though, I want to tell you, first of all and foremost, thank you all for the kind words, comments, and such that you brought in. If you're on my personal page about 9/11, I appreciate that more than you know. And we're, 20 years. That's just, well, all I can say is it was it was a rough day, touching day, and being at Oktoberfest that night and then over to Heather's helped a whole lot. So that's where we were at with that one. And do want to thank everybody for the kind words, messages, and comments that you made, and for supporting those of you that put it on your page and supported those who were taken from us back in 2001 on that very, very tragic, unthinkable, evil day. So as I move on out here, I want to remind you that tomorrow we'll bring you Top 5 Tuesday at 5 o'clock. Then trivia at Mr. Burroughs Tavern. Love to see you there at Mr. Burroughs tomorrow night. We start at 7 o'clock. We'd love to have you there. It's question answer trivia on Tuesday nights. And then on Wednesday, we bring you Wednesday with the band, all around town radio. And Wednesday night, we're at Heather's on the patio with Name That Tune. So we'd love to have you there as well. It's a blast on Wednesday on the patio. Had a huge crowd last week. Big shout out, well over 200 people. And, it wasn't our massive middle of the summer 320, but there's a whole lot of stuff going on right now with kids' games and those kind of things. So we understand that. So I thank you for being here, guys. We will be back with you again tomorrow, like I said, at 5 o'clock. Until then, hope you have a great day. Get out and support some live local music and the venues that bring it to you. We will catch you next time as soon as I bring up some things on the old radio here. We'll catch you next time at All Around Town Radio. Hope you had a great day with us. We had a great day with you. I'm Scott signing off, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. And Steve, thank you from Timestamp. We appreciate you. And Rob.